Jack was the kind of man people greeted with caution, not because he was loud or proud, but because there was always something cold in his eyes. He smiled often, but it never reached his heart. In his compound, silence lived like a prisoner. Doors opened gently. Feet walked softly. Even laughter feared to rise. Jack had been married many times, and every marriage ended the same way: broken, bruised, and abandoned. From his first wife to the last before peace, Jack always complained. The food was too salty. The soup was too watery. The house was too dusty. The wife was too slow, too proud, too talkative, too quiet, always too much or too little. Nothing ever pleased him. If his anger woke up before him, someone paid for it. And it was always the woman beside him. Before we continue this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Tales by Savvy Sam. Your support helps these stories reach people who need them. Now, let's continue. Jack believed marriage was ownership. Once a woman entered his house, her voice became small. Her dreams became invisible. He dropped no feeding money, yet expected hot meals. He stayed out late, yet demanded respect. He beat his wives, not only with his hands, but with his words, sharp, constant, and humiliating. Some women stayed longer than others, hoping he would change. He never did. One by one, they left. The first wife returned to her father's house with a swollen face and a broken spirit. The second endured in silence until her body refused to heal. The third tried prayer. The fourth tried patience. The fifth tried pleasing him. None worked. Each woman left thinner than she came, carrying shame that was never hers. People whispered, "That man has a problem." Others said, "Maybe the women are stubborn." Jack heard it all and blamed everyone but himself. Then came Peace. Her name alone sounded like rest. Peace was calm in a way that softened rooms. She spoke gently, listened deeply, and moved with kindness. She greeted elders with respect and children with warmth. Her laughter was low and sincere. She was the kind of woman people said, "Any man who can't live with her has a serious problem." Jack married her confidently. "This one will be different," he said. "She is quiet. She will obey." At first, Peace did everything right. She woke early. She cleaned thoroughly. She cooked with care. When Jack complained, she apologized, even when she did nothing wrong. When he stayed out late, she waited without questions. When he brought no money, she managed with little. She believed love could soften a hard heart. But Jack did not soften. The complaints increased. The insults followed. The first slap came quietly, almost like a mistake. Peace cried alone that night. She prayed. She forgave. She stayed. The second beating was louder. The third came with words like knives. Jack found joy in breaking calm things. He enjoyed pushing her buttons, raising his voice, humiliating her in front of neighbors, and reminding her that other women had failed before her. "You will leave too," he said often. "All of you are the same." Peace heard him. She absorbed it. She endured it. But something began to change. Not in Jack, but in Peace. The more Jack pushed, the quieter she became. The quieter she became, the deeper something slept inside her. It was not anger at first. It was awareness. She began to see that love without respect was not love. Endurance without dignity was a slow death. Jack mistook her silence for weakness. One evening, he returned late and angry. The food was cold. He threw the plate. He raised his hand. This time, Peace did not cry. She did not beg. She did not run. She looked at him. Something in her eyes stopped him. But only for a moment. That night, Peace understood something clearly for the first time. When you push someone to the wall long enough, they will either break or push back. And Peace was done breaking. Jack's anger no longer needed a reason. It woke up hungry and went to bed satisfied. Peace could feel it before he entered the house. The way the air tightened, the way her chest warned her. His footsteps no longer meant presence. They meant danger. That night, he came home earlier than usual. The door slammed hard enough to shake the walls. Peace was in the kitchen, stirring soup that had stretched itself thin over 3 days. She did not turn immediately. She had learned that sudden movements invited accusations. "What is this smell?" Jack barked. "It's vegetable soup," Peace said calmly. "I added." He didn't let her finish. The pot flew. Hot liquid splashed against the wall, narrowly missing her face. The spoon clattered to the floor like a scream that couldn't escape. "Do you think I work for nothing?" he shouted. "Is this what you'll feed me?" Peace stood still. Her hands trembled, but she did not kneel. That alone annoyed him. "You're proud now," he sneered. "Answer me." She raised her eyes slowly. "You didn't bring money." The slap landed hard. Her head snapped sideways. The room spun, but Peace stayed on her feet. Jack paused, surprised. The other women always fell. They cried loudly. They begged. Peace just stood there, breathing through the pain. That silence insulted him. He pushed her. She hit the wall. Something cracked. Not the wall, not her bones, but the last soft thing inside her. Jack rained words on her like stones. He reminded her of the women who failed before her. He reminded her she had nowhere to go. He reminded her that patience was a woman's duty and obedience her pride. "You think you're special," he yelled. "You'll leave like the rest." Peace wiped blood from her lips slowly. Her voice came out low, steady, unfamiliar even to herself. "I'm still here." That wasn't defiance. But it wasn't fear either. Jack didn't know why those words bothered him. He stormed out, leaving her against the wall, shaking, but awake. For the first time, Peace did not pray for Jack to change. She prayed for clarity. Days passed. Jack became worse. He complained louder. He insulted her in public now, knowing she wouldn't respond. He mocked her calmness, calling it stupidity. He told neighbors she was useless. He withheld money intentionally, watching her struggle, enjoying her discomfort. But Peace was watching too. She noticed patterns. How his rage fed on reaction. How he grew confused when she didn't collapse. How he needed to feel bigger than someone else to feel alive. The next beating came in the afternoon. This time, neighbors heard. A chair fell. A plate shattered. Someone whispered, "Not again." But no one entered. They never did. Abuse survives best in privacy and fear. Jack grabbed her arm and twisted it. "Shout," he dared her. "Let them hear." Peace winced, but she didn't scream. Instead, she spoke clearly. "You are not strong." That did it. He pushed her to the floor. His foot hovered, then stopped. Something about her eyes made him hesitate. Not fear. Not submission. Calculation. "You will kill me one day," Peace said quietly. "Or you will stop." Jack laughed nervously. "You're mad." "Maybe," she replied. "But I'm awake." That night, Peace slept with pain in her body and fire in her chest. She replayed everything. The other wives. The warnings she ignored. The patience that became permission. She understood something painful but freeing. Endurance had trained Jack. And she decided, no more training. The next morning, Jack woke up hungry. There was no food. Peace sat on the chair, waiting. "Where is my breakfast?" he demanded. "I didn't cook," she said. His face darkened. "You want to die?" She stood up slowly. Her voice didn't shake. "You beat me whether I cook or not." Jack raised his hand. Peace did not flinch. "I will scream this time," she said. "And I won't stop." The hand froze mid-air. Something had shifted. Jack felt it. He didn't understand it, but he felt it slipping. Control. He stormed out. Peace sat back down, heart pounding, body aching, but something inside her stood tall. This was no longer a marriage. This was a battlefield. And Peace had chosen not to die quietly. The day everything burst open did not look special. The sun rose as usual. Children passed the compound on their way to school. Women greeted one another at the well. Life moved on, unaware that one house was about to lose its secrets. Jack came home before noon. He was drunk, not with alcohol alone, but with entitlement. He had lost money somewhere the night before and returned hunting for someone to blame. Peace saw it in his walk, in the way he kicked the gate instead of opening it. "Come here," he shouted before even entering. Peace stood in the doorway. "Come." Waiting. "You didn't greet me," Jack snapped. "Are you deaf?" "I saw you," she replied. "You didn't greet me either." That sentence was the match. Jack slapped her so hard the sound cracked through the compound like a gunshot. Peace stumbled, but she did not fall. He grabbed her wrapper and dragged her into the open yard. And then, Peace screamed. Not the small cry of pain Jack was used to. This was a warning scream. A scream with direction. A scream meant to be heard. "He will kill me," she shouted. "This man will kill me." Neighbors froze. Doors opened. Windows flew up. People rushed out. Jack panicked. "Shut up," he yelled, trying to cover her mouth. Peace fought back. She clawed his arm. She shoved him hard. She screamed louder. Years of silence poured out like floodwater. "He beats me every day. He brings no money. He insults me. He said I have nowhere to go." People gasped. Jack had never been exposed like this. He thrived in privacy. Now eyes surrounded him. Women, men, children. Shame crawled up his spine. "She's mad," he shouted. "Ask the others. All my wives are mad." Peace pointed at him, her voice sharp and clear. "Call them," she said. "Let them come and speak." That's when someone called the police. Jack laughed nervously. Police. Over husband and wife matter. But when the siren approached, his laughter died. 2 officers entered the compound. One looked at Peace's bruised face. The other looked at Jack's clenched fists. "What is happening here?" one officer asked. Peace stepped forward. And for the first time in her life, she told everything, without shaking. Jack tried to interrupt. The officer raised his hand. "You will speak later." That sentence alone broke something inside Jack. He had never been told to wait. The officers asked for family. Peace called her elder brother. Jack's people were contacted, too. By evening, the compound was full. Jack's elder uncle arrived first. Stern, respected, silent. Peace's brother arrived next, anger burning behind restraint. Other relatives gathered, listening. Then the bomb exploded. One by one, Jack's former wives were contacted. And one by one, they came. Some with scars. Some with stories. Some with tears they had buried for years. They spoke. The first woman described nights of hunger. The second showed scars under her blouse. The third spoke of miscarriages after beatings. Jack stood there, shrinking. His uncle lowered his head in shame. "So this is what you've been doing?" the old man asked quietly. Jack tried to speak. No words came. For the first time, the room was not afraid of him. The police officer turned to Jack. "You are under arrest for domestic violence." Handcuffs clicked. That sound echoed louder than any scream Peace had made. As Jack was led away, he looked back at Peace, expecting fear, regret, pleading. He found none. Peace stood tall, bruised, exposed, free. That night, for the first time since marriage, Peace slept without fear. But the story wasn't over yet. Because consequences don't end at arrest. They continue. Jack had always believed one thing. Systems were weak. People could be shouted down. Elders could be bribed. Police could be delayed. Churches could be manipulated with tears and promises. But this time, everything moved together. The police station smelled of metal and sweat. Jack sat on a bench, wrists sore from handcuffs, pride bruised worse than his body. He told himself it was temporary. He had always escaped consequences before. "This is just a family matter," he muttered. "They'll settle it." But the settlement never came. Peace arrived later that day, accompanied. Her brother walked beside her. 2 elders from her family followed. And behind them came the church pastor, Jack, respected and feared at the same time. Not the soft one. The strict one. Jack's stomach tightened. The officer read the statement again. Assault. Repeated domestic abuse. Witnesses. Medical report. Jack tried to laugh it off. "Pastor, tell them. Marriage is patience." The pastor looked at him steadily. "Marriage is love," he said. "And love does not terrorize." That sentence landed like a verdict. Jack's uncle arrived next. The old man had once defended him. Today, he didn't sit beside him. He sat with Peace's people. "You disgraced this family," the uncle said quietly. "We covered you before. We will not cover you again." Jack felt something unfamiliar. Isolation. Peace was asked to speak again. This time, it wasn't a cry. It was testimony. She spoke of nights locked out, of hunger disguised as fasting, of bruises hidden under long sleeves at church, of prayers whispered while bleeding. The room was silent. When she finished, the officer asked, "Do you want to withdraw?" Peace shook her head. "No." Jack's heart dropped. The church moved next. Jack was summoned before the council. No shouting. No insults. Just questions. Facts. Witnesses. The other wives' testimonies were read aloud. Jack tried to cry. It came too late. "You had chances," the pastor said. "You rejected correction." They suspended him from leadership. Publicly. The announcement came on Sunday. People whispered, not in fear now, but in shock. Jack sat alone in the pew. No one greeted him. Then came the court. The judge listened carefully. The pattern was clear. Too clear. "This is not a misunderstanding," the judge said. "This is sustained abuse." Jack was ordered into mandatory counseling. A restraining order was issued. Peace was granted protection. The marriage was legally separated. When the gavel fell, something final happened. Jack was no longer powerful. Outside the court, Peace breathed deeply. The air felt different. Lighter. She was still hurting. Still healing. Still scared sometimes. But she was no longer trapped. Jack watched from a distance as she walked away. Surrounded, supported, protected. For the first time in his life, the world had chosen her over him. And Jack understood something too late. Cruelty survives in silence. And silence had ended. Prison is loud, even when it is quiet. Jack discovered this during the first weeks of court-ordered detention and counseling. The walls didn't shout, but his thoughts did. There was no wife to blame, no silence to dominate, no body to intimidate. Just time. And memory. At first, Jack was angry. He blamed Peace. He blamed the police. He blamed the church. He blamed his family. "They ruined my life," he told himself. But anger has a way of running out of fuel when no one feeds it. In counseling sessions, Jack sat across from a man who didn't fear him. The counselor didn't shout, didn't argue. He just asked questions Jack hated. Why did you hit her? What did you gain? Who taught you that love obeys fear? Jack avoided answers. Then stumbled. Then went silent. One afternoon, the counselor slid a file across the table. Statements. From all the women. Jack read them slowly. The same patterns. The same words. The same fear. And for the first time, he saw himself from the outside. Not as a husband. Not as a man. But as a wound that kept bleeding onto others. That night, Jack cried. Not the performative tears he once used in church. These were dry, broken sobs. The kind that comes when denial finally collapses. He remembered his father. The shouting. The beatings. The silence his mother wore like armor. I became him, Jack whispered into the dark. Accountability is heavier than handcuffs. Jack began the long work. Therapy, anger management, and written apologies that were never guaranteed forgiveness. He learned that remorse does not erase scars. That change is owed, not applauded. Outside those walls, peace was rebuilding. She moved slowly, deliberately. Therapy helped. Community helped. Rest helped. She learned to laugh again, carefully at first, then freely. She learned that peace was not just her name. It was her right. She spoke at women's gatherings. Not loudly. Not bitterly. Honestly. Love is not pain, she told them. Endurance is not holiness. Silence is not strength. Jack heard about this from afar. He never asked for her back. He knew some doors only open outward. Months later, Jack was released. Smaller, quieter, humbled. He returned to no applause. No welcome. Just space. And maybe that was mercy. Because redemption does not always look like reunion. Sometimes, it looks like not harming again. And somewhere between loss and reflection, Jack finally understood. Power is not control. Love is not fear. And peace is not weakness. It is the boundary you cross only once. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Tales by Savvy Sam. Your support helps stories like this reach those who feel trapped, unheard, or alone. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse, speak up, seek help, and remember, silence protects the abuser, never the victim.